Hey everybody, this is Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we are going to be doing the soundtrack, the Volume 1 soundtrack.
This is how I got introduced to RWBY.
Yes, you've been, yeah.
I am like, they were like, hey, let's cover the soundtrack. And I have just been stoked.
Yeah, no, you've been waiting for this for a while. We are finally there. Before we get into it though, we have a little bit of news. Something has come up for Bobby. What we'll just describe as a once-in-a-lifetime experience for him. Something he's wanted to do for a long time.
Maybe once in a lifetime. We don't know.
Well,
it's definitely a life-changing experience.
Yeah,
opportunity.
Dude, if you manage to somehow pull this off twice, I'd be amazed.
Either way,
he's come up with something. He's got to jump on this. He's got to take this. Unfortunately, as great as this is for him, it means he's going to be out of state till about early November, probably.
Bottom line is he's taking a trip and a hiatus from the show. That said, we're going to get as much as we can backed up so we can keep this going as long as possible for you guys. And you'll probably end up seeing me on the other side of the camera here at some point once we start running out of material.
Yeah, by no means. I mean, that's like 6 months.
We are not done.
But yeah, there will be more RWBY content and other things. There will be other. We plan on doing other reactions. There's some other stuff we plan on doing, including with Nick, who if you haven't been checking on our podcast, Nick does our podcast with us. Yeah, that will be coming online. So there will be plenty of content on the channel. So yeah, there's that.
But
for now,
RWBY music.
RWBY music, yes. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start out with the trailer songs. First one is going to be the Red trailer song, which is Red Like Roses Part 1. Yep. Now this one is little short on lyrics, but still pretty good.
Making sure all our cell phones are off.
Oh, yeah? Which I probably should do.
I don't seem to know where mine is. Hint, my cell phone also turns into a gun. Probably, okay, it really doesn't. I know it really doesn't.
Don't let Apple know about that. They'll find a way to make it happen. You know they will.
He unlocked that upgrade. How did he make the printer?
The iPhone 24, now with both semi-auto and full auto capability.
Ooh, man.
Oh, the sad thing is,
I still like my.
I could actually see that happening.
I still like my classic. I have
it's only a matter of time and desperation.
I have an antique, 2032 brake barrel. It takes a 12 gauge and a 22.
All right.
It's still only got 8G though.
Nicola 9mm.
All right. Like, where's this Part 1?
It's got big buttons on it.
Here we go. All right.
All right, so I can make a lot of comments really fast if you think you can keep up.
Go for it.
Not only does the whole they run down and they really cover like the core values of each of those characters within the first set of lyrics.
Yeah.
Like
They
wow.
really do.
It's basically their trailers. It's
Yeah.
a description of their four trailers.
Well, it's wow. Like I think, huh? Yeah, like that. Each the lyrics were almost as impressive as each of the episodes. I also realized
Welcome
that
to RWBY music.
I used to think that RWBY's soundtrack sounded very almost like Pirates of the Caribbean esque.
Okay,
I
I can
thought they took it as
understand
very
that with
jaunty.
the high violin and the
Right.
orchestral hits and everything else.
After seeing how she fights, I think it almost strikes me more as like a Matador kind of
Little bit.
style.
Yeah, I can see that. There is
Yeah, a little
kind
bit.
of that,
And
especially with the way that fight plays out. It kind of has that vibe to it.
And like the very end, how everything I couldn't even tell you if they played double time, triple time. The very last couple seconds.
Oh
of the song.
yeah, when they cut into halftime.
Yeah, that it's 100% her anxiety.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
totally.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Especially after that nice stretchy gap there where you get that pause and then
it
double
builds
time.
back up after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, double time, not halftime.
I mean, and even it's just all it is. Most of it is just the background music from that fight. But even by itself, on its own, it just
It's
I
the
like
emotion
the
it
balanced
conveys.
orchestral hits between the violin soloing over and the keyboard dancing around and the timpani dong 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 dong. I love the goddamn timpani.
Yeah. No, but yeah. Speaking of the lyrics, let's go ahead here and pull back up here, and we'll
Back
take
to
a
the
look.
beginning.
Take a look at the lyrics. All right. So the first one we had: "Red like roses fills my dreams and brings me to the place you rest."
the intro. She's clearly reflecting on somebody who's dead.
Right. To standing in front of a grave.
Right.
Right.
My guess is grandma.
I already told you it's not grandma.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel now. I feel
Well,
I feel
given
attacked.
given one of the other songs in this soundtrack. Well, no, we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah,
he thinks of when
let
he
it
gets that
play
song.
out.
And yeah, nobody else. People watch this the first time around. I don't think they necessarily had people
The
telling them
dice
that.
are rolling. Let them settle.
Is
Yeah.
the weird fiery chick? Is that her mom?
Who's
That is a hell of a suggestion.
The
I
girl
will
at the
give
end.
you that,
the
and I
girl?
will
The girl
leave it
shoots
for
the
you
flames
to
and stuff on
discover.
the plane
The one that's on the helicopter that's standing there
at
with
the very
her-
beginning, where
Yeah.
you can't see her face, and then she shows up at the end again.
Yeah, is that her mom?
Is that her mom?
Is that her mom?
That
Come
is
on,
a hell of a question.
if you don't tell
and
me no, oh man, how many seasons did I just break for myself here?
that is a hell of a question,
I'll
and I
simply
can't
ask you
honestly answer that.
I'll ask you this: how old do you think that individual is?
Well, I'm gonna guess that if it's not magic, it has something either faunus or there's a special dust something that she figured out. She made a deal with something or became half something. But
So,
I think
but you're saying you think she looks young, obviously. How
well,
young
I
do you
think-
think she looks?
well, because all right. So my guess is her what are they called? Her persona, her
Her illusion, character illusion?
yeah, her illusion. Why the woodsman or the wolf couldn't also be the same person as a single person's illusion? Like I used to think, okay, well, RWBY is Little Red Riding Hood,
Right.
because the Grimm are wolves. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, that would make sense, right? But
Except
And she
there's
wears
other
a red
Grimm.
hood.
but
yeah.
then there are other teams of people who they correlate despite the fact that there's an opposition there.
Well, like Team Juniper.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Fits a pattern, or the fact that Cardin is
prime example.
yeah.
So what if RWBY's mom is the big bad wolf?
That is a hell of a
She
theory.
That's a hell of a
puffs
theory.
and she puffs and she blows you down.
That is a hell of a theory.
That is a hell of a theory, and we don't
We
actually
know.
have an answer to give you at this
We
point in
don't.
the
And
season.
I will say-
Or she's grandma. Because grandma
All right,
gets
I mean,
swallowed
that's-
up, which swallowed up could be a metaphor, but like consumed by darkness. Ooh. Foreshadowing.
Okay. So I guess, and obviously, fills my dreams. So red like roses filling her dreams. So some sort of dreaming or thinking about something or whatever. Well, like you said, she's standing over a grave, so presumably she's thinking about something or.
She's also very whimsical in
Imagining.
personality.
Yeah.
She's got big dreams for herself.
Okay, let's move on here to number 2. White is cold and always yearning, burdened by a royal test.
She's a bitch. She is always trying to prove that she's better than everybody
She's a
else.
bit of a spoiled brat. I wouldn't say she's necessarily a bitch.
Hey, look. I can sympathize
She's
with
just
however your
used to
dice,
getting her way.
I can sympathize with however your dice fall.
In his defense, there were plenty of people using that word when.
Oh, no, and I realized...
that is a perfectly
Okay,
common
at this
reaction to
point in
have.
the season
you
when
know
I
what?
was watching it,
I
I was of that opinion as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, just in case, I'll rephrase because I do know that some people are offended by that term. She's a Karen.
People are going to be offended
Thought
by
about
that
that. Yeah, I would
term,
have
too.
gone with bitch.
Yeah, see, it's like she's nasty. In
She
the
is an
beginning.
unpleasant woman.
she is not
When
a
you
No,
get
no,
down
no,
to
no.
it.
She's
Well, girl.
as far as woman goes. No, I don't care. If she is an unpleasant human
Person.
being,
person.
Yeah.
she's
She is not a people person.
she's
That's a
Not at
way
all.
polite way of putting it.
yeah.
Kind of get the sense that she hasn't had much practice talking to people who aren't her family or servants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
She's
can,
very sheltered
I pay
life.
You, do what I say, but burdened by that royal test is like well,
She is in a way royalty because
yeah,
she
she
is
has
in
to
part of
she
the
has
elite.
to uphold a certain standard because
All right,
the
now
game is
I'll
afoot.
let you decide on this one, Bill, because that line has a meaning, more of a meaning, but it is only ever alluded to in the manga. Do I bring this up or do we just move on?
Okay,
Move on.
does it have
Move
to
on?
do with the fact that she had to be does she have siblings and she had to test into this by like how well can you use the magic you're allotted?
I will simply say it's simply the reason why she's fighting the giant knight thing that she's fighting. There is a reason why that fight is going on. It's not strictly plot relevant,
Okay.
which is why, like I said, it's something that's brought up in a manga in a secondary thing.
Oh, Daddy's
So-
a fucking
Manga.
psycho and is like, no,
Manga.
if
But-
my child, the only child to survive and beat
Yeah,
this,
we'll
will be recognized.
we'll keep this confined
do you
to
want to
the.
stay? You want to be
Yeah,
in the will?
to the show
Fight
It
the
itself.
will?
really has nothing to do with the...
I
I
have the
won't say
manga.
it has
If-
nothing to do with, but
Yeah.
as far as your questions, it's not really pertinent.
Yeah, I have the manga. If you at some point you would like to read the mangas at the appropriate time, I can let you have those, and you will get that bit of information for yourself later on. So, it's stuff that adds to the story. You don't need it. It's just a nice little add-on, little filling in gaps, filling in details type thing.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah. So
Next section.
next section. This one's a little more. I think it's a little more straightforward. Black the Beast, which we now know is
Yeah, because that's not just bluntly apparent now.
yeah, that's obvious now. Which I love the fact that in the trailer they're already giving you the hint that she's a
But it's
faunus.
subtle hint.
You don't know what a faunus is yet because it's the first thing you've seen, but
Right.
she's giving you that clue there. Descends from shadows.
I think that's a metaphor for like she kind of was outed. She outed herself. She's no longer concealed or hidden. She's not
Could be
veiled in
that.
shadow.
There is definitely a level of that.
I've always interpreted as because the trailer is her leading the guy on the train, right when she leaves.
leaving the shadows.
She's leaving the shadows. She's leaving the White Fang. She's leaving darkness.
Man, she's stepping out into the light, and it is bright for her.
Yeah. So, and then Yang's is just kind of,
Headphones again.
Yellow Beauty burns.
See,
Gold.
now when I heard that, I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I thought of was,
Gold.
yeah, she sleeps around. No,
No.
because they just ended with burns, and I was like, well, she has her fire fists. But I also, from that entire line, nope, she flaunts what she has. She knows what she has.
She is a star.
Yep.
A shooting star.
Yeah,
They
that
shine
was pretty
so
straightforward.
bright
Giant
until they
burning
crash.
ball that if
Yeah.
you appreciate properly, you can benefit from. But the moment you take it for granted, don't touch her hair.
Yeah.
Oh, and shooting stars don't last.
Oh, what? Did you just spoil me on this?
No.
Great. When does she die?
What that sounded like was him thinking he's being sneaky by making it sound like he's spoiling something while not actually spoiling something, just to fuck with your head.
Oh, I don't want to be honeypotted.
But
I got to get my amusement somewhere.
well,
No, I'm not a plaything.
truth be told, fake spoilers are just as bad as actual spoilers.
That's
aren't those
fair.
called Hollywood
That's fair.
trailers?
Huh?
Aren't those called Hollywood trailers? There are a number of movies I wanted to see that
Th-
were
no,
not
that's
good
called movie Cliff Notes version. That's what that is. That's giving you the movie and Cliff Notes version.
There
if they're
are
doing them
definite layers to even just that single line, though, as you look back at it from...
Oh yeah. Oh, there's more we could get
future.
into this from
But I
further
don't
down the
want
line.
to from further down the
Yeah,
line.
no.
Yeah.
Eventually, somewhere down the line, if we ever when we get caught up, we'll have to do a revisit for the soundtracks, which won't go into as much detail as we do, but just kind of to give you a chance to listen to some of these songs after the fact, so you can hear some of the stuff that, oh my God, that was in there the whole time, and I had no idea. So, all right, next up, Mirror Mirror. What's the song?
Ah, yes. One of my absolute favorites with Casey.
Yeah, we're
I love
using
this song.
YouTube without an ad blocker here, so I apologize for the ads.
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess we can listen to this too. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Tell me something. Tell me who's the loneliest of Tell me something. Tell me who's the loneliest of what's inside me? Tell me, can a heart be turned to stone?
Really wish we had a camera on Bill right now. All right.
First and foremost, I just want to say that this is one of those songs that I hope that one day ELO covers.
They could do it.
I
Like as far as you know,
with
it's
how
their
well they
style.
layer key complexities like that piano climb.
Yeah. The runs, the trills, the chromatics, the turns, just that constant frantic motion underneath of the strings and the piano in counter motion to each other, underneath the slower, more emphatic, emotional vocals. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal musically.
It was good. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, they used the voices and instruments and
Stuff.
stuff.
It was stuff.
Informed and confused, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
All right. Obviously, very different tone. Very
Much more
different sort of thing.
classical operatic.
Yeah, very operatic. Which
As
is
far as
A lot of Weiss's songs are more operatic, and I really like
Yeah.
that because it really lets Casey shine in her voice.
yeah.
when I first heard this song, I thought it was actually like about the mirror. Like I thought it was a song
Right.
like okay, so this is clearly it's got something to do with the mirror mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. Then with the lonely part, I always assumed that like I'm the loneliest of all line was that's
mirror
the mirror
saying it?
finally
Yeah.
answering.
No, it's about
It's 100% about all of these teenage girls going through what
Well,
all
it's
teenage
about a
girls.
child's depression.
I'll say this: if it is about the mirror answering, if you take it as
Their reflection.
it's a Weiss is having a conversation with herself.
That's
with
about
the
Weiss?
Mirror.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that was about Weiss.
Hold up. That plays
this is
in her
from her
trailer,
trailer.
from the white trailer.
This is
Yeah,
the
I
one from
just-
the white trailer.
What's Weiss's illusion?
Well, I'm talking about when I originally first heard the
oh,
song.
okay.
Sorry.
Like, oh yeah, no, I like, I didn't know. I didn't.
Okay.
Like, I
All right,
no
all right,
way
all
for
right.
me
no,
to have
I
known.
understand that.
yeah, no, because what's Weiss's
Sorry,
illusion?
we thought you still
It's-
didn't
yeah,
know.
the surface things, right?
Yeah, what is her character based on?
Oh, Snow White, right?
Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mirror, mirror.
Mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. In hindsight, it's 2020.
20. Okay, all right. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I just
You
heard
meant
a song
you
called
didn't
Mirror
back then.
Mirror, and I
Okay.
was like, oh.
All right.
We both took that the other way.
The other way. Okay.
I will
no,
say
that
that
makes sense.
if you guys ever go to the gym, hit the treadmill and just put on the soundtrack.
I listen to this at work all the time. When I mowed the lawn the other day, I was listening to this.
Oh, wow.
The sound, not just this one. I listened to all 7 of them on shuffle. But
It's only like 200 hours worth of music.
and only growing,
Yep.
and I love every bit of it. Well,
So
almost every bit of it.
What do you
but-
have next on this lovely repertoire?
Well, just with this one, we're not going to do a line by line breakdown on this one, but
You don't really need it. It's
Yeah.
her talking to herself
Yeah,
about
it's her having a
family
conversation
and her depression.
about herself. That
Yeah.
she's obviously alone and isolated, and that, like I said, I see it as she's talking to the mirror. She's talking to the mirror, the reflection of herself.
Right, right.
It's there's a dichotomy there of
Yeah, it's like the
you know.
like Mulan song, Who is that girl I see? I still
yeah.
really hate
It's a
you.
classic
There's a
thing
lot of examples of that.
the idea
throughout
of
media.
talking into a mirror is talking to yourself.
Yeah.
What your self image of yourself is versus what other people see.
I do
or-
like the fact that they mentioned that she's scared of what she sees.
Yeah.
And then at the same time she doesn't like the fact that she can't hide from herself because it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want to. Yeah, because it very much gives the impression of someone who is stuck in a situation,
Yeah.
trapped and alone, and wants to get out of it, but doesn't.
this is why you should ask everybody else for help. You shouldn't just look in the mirror and go, "No, I'm fine." If you feel bad, if you feel sad, it's okay to reach out sometimes. All the time.
All right, number 3, Blake's song. Whoops. From Shadows. Now there are technically 2 versions of From Shadows. There's the one that plays in the trailer, which I believe is the one that's got a little bit more of a techno vibe to it, a little bit. And I think this one's a little longer. This is the one strictly from the album. We're just going to listen to the album one because it's the longer of the 2.
Oh man, how racist would it be if like a Meow Mix commercial came up just before we played this?
I love all of their piano work.
Yeah. This is one of the few ones where I have
So he has like horns. Is that actually like part of his animal characteristics,
Yes.
or is that
He
part
is
of
a
the
bull
mask?
faunus,
Wait, hold
yeah.
on. Say again.
He is a bull faunus, yes.
He's a bullfrog.
Bull faunus.
Oh, bull faunus.
Yes, that is his animal characteristic, is his horns.
Oh, well.
Good on you for noticing,
Ooh,
though.
this has got like a Ghost in the Shell kind of vibe now that I think about it. So you know how I've been pointing
That
out
bright
that there's
60s electric.
always a little man. I've been pointing out that like a lot of the teachers, a lot of characters have like a little person somewhere around their face. Look at either side of the bridge of his nose. They look like they're dancing.
Intruder, identify yourself.
This one more than any of the other ones. If you actually listen to the lyrics when it
Yeah.
plays the first time, it's blatantly clear
Yeah,
what their background is.
which you know I think goes hand in hand because there's not a whole lot of interpretation. She is stepping out of the shadows. She's bearing it.
Although, I mean,
That makes me happy.
Born with no life, into subjugation, treated like a worthless animal, stripped of all rights, just a lesser being, crushed by cruel, ruthless human rule. When it started, all we wanted was a chance to live our life. Now in darkness, taking anything we want and we will rise. We'll rise. We'll
Oh, such metaphor. Come back to the light. You can do it. Come back. There you go. I knew you could do it. Oh, don't be shy. You're welcome here. We care. It's safe. Ha ha. Get her.
All right.
You know, it's still an amazing song, but I kind of feel that in context, this has to be the most obvious. Like, there's not a whole lot.
Oh yeah, this
So
one
what
is
did
the
you
most
think?
straightforward.
There's not
If I
much
don't-
depth to it.
like,
It had some great music to it. I love the guitar work.
Standalone, it's an outstanding piece.
I mean, I was
It's
over
also,
here rocking out.
It is like the perfect, most depicted out of the songs so far. There's not a whole lot of interpretation outside
Yeah,
of
I mean,
min-
it's
like
very
minimal.
much a
Well, since most of it
It's like a
came
synapse of her
from
story.
the-
yeah, or of because it's both technically both of them singing.
Trailer
Because
itself.
Jeff does the male part in there a little bit.
Yeah,
can
but
tell
I
when
haven't,
the
I haven't
lyrics-
really experienced a whole lot of him yet, so I don't have
Yeah.
like 100%. He was there.
Well,
I saw the
Also,
little man
the
on his
vocals
mask.
were way in the background. There was a lot of instrumental over top of the
well,
vocals.
you can tell they
Made
usually
it
do a
real
good
hard
job.
to hear.
They usually do a good job in lyric videos where they will use different colors to indicate when
Yeah, right.
different
Oh
people
yeah,
are
no,
talking.
it's very, very easy.
So
to
it's
follow.
but my point was simply that it's from both of the characters' perspectives. So it's not just Blake. It's more of a statement of how the White Fang feels, right? How she feels as part of the White Fang before she leaves. The
Although
whole
a
idea
lot of
of
that you get later
how-
on too.
yeah, of
I see.
how-
I just took it as how she's been represented so far. Like
yeah,
how she's
and it very
represented
much
herself,
is
like,
at
True.
this point.
I'm not a terrorist. The only place I can hide is in plain sight, and we're not evil monsters. This wasn't what we were
Although
supposed to become.
if you
Yeah.
some of the lines in there though are more violent. Like there's a line in there about bloodshed is all that's left to do, which is very much not the approach she's taking right now. That's what she she was part of beforehand.
Right.
Was the violence and all that. Is what I'm saying. This song is pre-train robbery Blake, not
Huh.
post-train robbery Blake.
You're saying this is her questioning everything she's doing.
Or no, not even that.
I thought this
if you
was
listen to the
the-
lyrics,
yeah, I thought this was the during the train robbery, her breaking away.
Well,
and
that's when
coming to
that's when it plays. That's when it plays.
I thought
But
this
if you
was just a
listen to the
digression of
lyrics,
her whole dissension from the White Fang.
if you want to go back here, let's see.
Like, yeah, it starts out in the beginning with, this is the plan. No, I thought this was the plan. Why are we doing this? This isn't the plan. I can't do this anymore.
Oh, that's
This
the
is horrible and
robot
not what we
intro
represent.
here.
Yeah, that's the robots.
And then where are you? Yeah, born with no life, into subjugation,
Yep.
Yeah, description of the faunus.
treated
Their whole,
Yeah,
like a worthless animal,
yep.
stripped of all rights.
Yep.
So it's very much just giving you. It's kind of the
a rundown of the way the faunus
faunus
feel.
are treated. Yeah. All we wanted was a chance to live our lives.
But no, it's,
And now in darkness, taking everything we want, we will rise. So
and
she's
that-
talking about like
Revolution.
revolution. So this is pre
Talking
Blake.
about this
she's talking about
revolution.
when it started, all we wanted was a chance to live our lives.
that is a
now,
refer-
so she's speaking in the present.
Yeah. Put it this way, it's
She still sees her part
now
self.
when she's singing the song. When she's singing the song is not when you're actually singing the song on screen.
Right.
When it started is, if you remember the story about how the White Fang started.
Yep.
It started as a peaceful organization.
And she talked about how she was
Yeah,
there as a
when
kid.
she's
And then it
talking to
became
Weiss about
violent.
it.
That's
Right.
what they're talking about. When it started, all we wanted was a chance to live our lives. We were doing this peacefully. We were asking for our
Picketing,
rights.
yep.
Now in darkness, because we got the new leader, and now we've descended into darkness and violence. We're just going to
Taking
take what we
everything they
want.
want.
We're going
Yep.
to take what we want. We're not going to beat around the bush anymore.
Right.
We will rise. We will revolt. We will rebel.
Right.
So this is kind of like
Some heady stuff for a young faunus coming up.
yeah. So, and that's very much the part of it. Or, yeah, I think, and you can definitely see it as, like the way I see it is you're listening to this song, and that kind of gives you where Blake was, right?
Right.
This is because it's both her and Adam singing, so they're on the same page, and then after the song ends, you immediately get the scene at the very end of the trailer where she leaves. So this is where Blake was. And then at the very end of the song, we see her leave that.
Right.
kind of how I.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, because I mean, it is very much a kind of a self-reflective thing, where she's like, because it's directed at people, at humans, is how the song kind of is directed. It's her kind of explaining herself, explaining their position to the humans.
It almost feels like she could be telling Blake the story of how, or not Blake, but what this could be a part of that argument put into song instead.
Well, it's
when she's telling Weiss about, this is why things started.
Yeah.
We were peaceful to start with. This is your fault because you humans are assholes.
Yeah. Or you could even see it as from the perspective like you're talking about of her reflecting back of she's going over all the reasons why she's been doing what she's doing, all the reasons why she's been agreed to do violence and do all that, reminiscing of that in her head, and then ultimately at the end of all that reminiscing coming to the conclusion it's ultimately not worth it. So if you look at it at that perspective, then yeah, it can be a depiction of her, going over her justifications and finding them wanting at the end. The only other thing I'll mention with this one is, I'm not going to bother to look up the line, but there's a line in there where she asks, when she says, "We're misguided." That is, like he mentioned, when she's having the conversation with Weiss, she refers to the White Fang as misguided, and then Weiss says, "Just misguided? That's the only criticism you have?" So, kind of ties into it there a little bit of just.
They went down a path she couldn't follow.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's a nice little link there that it's not a big one, but it's always nice when they link back to dialogue in the show. And
well, that's the thing. It's
vice versa.
It's blunt. It's not like it's not.
Yeah, this is not subtle. It's not meant to be subtle. This
Not at all.
is, we've been treated like crap, and we're tired of it.
Looking forward to the next one.
Oh yeah, I burn is this. 8 volumes in, I Burn is still one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Then again, so is the intro, and Red Like Roses Part 2, and Red Like Roses.
You just like the music.
I just like the music in general. There are awesome, amazing songs. There are good songs, and there's 1 or 2 okay songs. There are no bad songs, at least in my opinion. All right.
I have yet to find anything I did not like.
Yeah, we're gonna do I Burn, and I did go and I have the explicit version.
Nice.
So we have the original as originally intended by the artist, if you will.
Due to a miscommunication with the
With
studio.
production and so on and so forth. Yeah.
But so much better that way.
Oh man, I love this song. Man, why do you always skip my songs?
Come at me and you'll see I'm more than meets the eye. You think that you'll break me, you're gonna find in time. Your skin is too close to a flame that's burning hotter than the sun in the middle of July. Sitting at your army, but you still can't win. Listen up, silly boy,
desire. Thought that you could see the truth till I just burned down the booth. Human Torch can't mess with me. Johnny Blaze, suspect B, scorch him quick, lightning fast, melting britches down to ash. Gasoline, kerosene, strike a match, ignite the scene. Things will never be the same. Feel the fury of my flame. Beg for mercy, it won't help. Embrace the ending you were dealt. Seems you chumps will never learn. Now sit back and watch me burn.
I burn.
People often ask what my type is. She's probably a Scorpio.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a moth. Hi, how are ya?
Yeah, no, this one's. Yeah, of the 4 trailer songs, this probably
She's
is.
definitely my favorite out of the original 4, and
Nope.
her songs
Blake.
definitely
But
See,
you're a
Blake
you're a
would
Blake
also
fan?
be a Ravenclaw.
totally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Look.
she
Yeah.
would be.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, no, I am definitely a
Yang would be a
fan of
Hufflepuff.
Yang. No.
No, or
No, she'd definitely be Gryffindor.
You think she'd be Gryffindor?
Hell yeah.
I could see because I see Ruby as the Gryffindor.
Honestly, probably both sisters would be. I mean, you don't always get a perfect split of the houses.
Who's the bouncy
Yeah.
pink chick?
Nora.
Nora. Is
Nora would
Hufflepuff.
be a Hufflepuff.
Nora would be a Hufflepuff.
Definitely. Ren too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would both definitely. Probably Jean as well. Pyrrha would definitely be a Gryffindor.
I could see Jean falling into kind of like a Neville role.
Yeah, John would be. John would be
yeah,
another,
okay,
a
no, I
Gryffindor.
can see
Because
that.
in the show, he's even showing signs of like he's falling. He started behind, but he's a slow burn. He's eventually
All right,
bang.
yeah.
the one we haven't done yet, Weiss.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I mean,
I am
do we
peer
really
pressuring you.
gotta say
I
it?
mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, Slytherin. I mean, that's kind of yeah.
Old money.
It's hard to say that because I've seen the rest of the show, but
at face
especially
value.
well, because especially like if you're gonna place like Carden, well, where does Carden go? Carden would be
Oh,
a
definitely
Slytherin,
Slytherin.
No,
and
wait a
I don't
minute.
see the
Well-
two of them in the same house though. So it's like
but you got to remember that like Ron, Hermione, and
Harry.
Harry. Wow, I couldn't remember his name. The kid with
The
the glasses.
titular character.
the main character.
That's debatable. Okay. The Neville
No.
Longbottom also falls down into the sect of
The
potentially
term
being the
titular
chosen one.
character means the character whose name is the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see a birth certificate.
Anyways, you were making a point.
I was. Thank you. See, challenge God. Always challenge God. What's going on? I see you. Yeah. So like Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they would have perspired better based on their personas in other houses. Ron would have been Hufflepuff. Hermione would have done far better in Ravenclaw,
Yeah.
and Harry actually would have done vastly superior in Slytherin because
Yeah.
they tend
Well, that's what he almost needs. What he was,
right.
he was gonna
And at
go
the
originally,
same
yeah.
time, because why can't I think of his name now?
Neville?
Malfoy.
Malfoy. Thank
Malfoy.
you. I'm in RWBY mode, guys. I'm crossing genres. Not all the threads are there. He actually would have done best in Gryffindor.
Yeah, probably.
Because Gryffindors tend to be all-stars, high in business. Like they are pursuers, and that's what he was trying to be like his dad was. His dad was well established within the ministry, and then
He ended up in Slytherin because of family, the same way
Well,
Harry ended
by
up in
that-
Gryffindor because he asked to
Well,
be.
by that
Right.
by that definition, Weiss should belong in Gryffindor.
Actually, yeah.
I would say, based on what I've seen of her personality thus far, Slytherin.
Well, but what you said about the whole
If she's
from
going
coming
to
from- because of her
inherit Daddy's
family and all that.
company, then I would say Slytherin. If she's looking to be like, look, I'm the first billionaire.
I don't want to
woman.
break anything that's coming, but she does go through character development.
Yeah, we
and
won't.
Well, as
Well,
I expect them all to.
There will be. Yeah.
By season 3, I don't
all of
expect
them,
them to be at all
all
the
of
same.
all of these characters will have at least some
Right.
mention or
I
relevance to
think we're
something with
getting
their families.
beyond the
But
point, though, as we started talking.
yeah, we went
Harry
on
Potter
a massive
fan
Harry Potter
fiction.
tangent. Back to the actual trailer we watched,
love a good
which was
digression.
good.
Yeah, I love the guitar work. I can't express that enough, especially on songs like these that are harder and they really play into the solos and the faster fret work. And
I would really like
as
to
a musician,
see,
I really enjoy it.
I would
How-
like to see like an entire 3 minutes of this song choreographed into just more fight scenes, new fight scenes. Expand on like she uses her fists not only as rockets, so she's flying around and using them to add speed to her, to her
Yeah.
launch in the very beginning. But then she punches the ground as a defensive maneuver. She uses it. She's aggressive and defensive with them at the same time.
Yeah.
I want to see more. Like, show me more of her. She rolls around with aviators and a bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Show me her aerial expertise.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you'll get more of that, and
This is still first season.
Yeah, there
there
are more
is so
songs.
much more.
Okay.
yeah,
There
this
is so much more.
This is
I'm
by no
hungry for
means the
content.
only Yang-centric song. So,
So what's next on the list?
Two
Or do
things
you
I
got
want.
more for this?
Two points I simply wanted to bring up with this one. This one, the context on this one is the only one where it's specifically actually relevant to the context of what's going on in the trailer.
Okay.
Because the person she's talking to, the boy,
Mm-hmm.
is Junior. It's the guy she's beating on.
Yeah.
Because mentioning the swing all you want and the kiss and make up thing
Mm-hmm.
is mentioned in there, which
yeah, it's very
fits.
very much goes hand in hand with the actual fight of the trailer.
oddly enough though, it's the one that's actually in the trailer the least. Because most of the music in that trailer is the combined club remix of all 4 songs. So you only get a bit of this at the very end of the trailer, even though it's the one that's actually most narratively relevant to the trailer it's in, which is kind of
because
weird.
it was the last trailer to come out, so they tried to tie them all together.
She's also very private
And
with
they're in a
her
club,
with her
so.
background character.
Oh, especially
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
She's the one we've
Yang
gotten the
is
least
a
on.
very private
thus far.
person.
No, see, I wouldn't say private. She's
Not
just
private.
she immediately
As far as her
disengages from the group.
background.
Like,
Yeah.
there are no other characters that go, hold on, I have to go live my life first. Everybody else is, oh my God, I ran into you again. I guess we have to talk today. Yang just does
Yang's
her own
just
thing.
kind of doing her thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm
Yang
gonna go
just
talk
kinda
with some
yangs.
friends. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean friends? Where can we come? No. Oh.
Yeah. And
Yang
just
is much more independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
Probably
there's
one of
one
the
other
reasons
thing
I like her.
that doesn't have anything to do with the song, but I just wanted to bring it up just because it's a silly thing. But there's a line in there about Super Saiyan, comparing her to a Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Because of the way she glows.
Yeah.
That's how I learned about that term. Because I had never seen DBZ before. When I heard this song for the first time, I had to go to Nick and
Really?
ask him what Super Saiyan was.
Oh man.
Because I know it's. I
You
thought I'd
didn't
heard.
Toonami as a kid?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, that's sad.
Nick had to talk me into anime. This was a stepping stone
Oh.
to get me. First, he had to get me to watch this, and then after that, he finally got me to start watching anime.
RWBY
That
is
is
a
tragic.
And I still haven't watched DBZ. I
You've
started
seen
watching.
DBZ abridged, that's all that
I've
matters.
seen a little bit of a bridge, and I've started watching the first maybe 10 episodes.
There's a lot of
where-
screaming.
Where he gets killed
Yeah,
and he's running
honestly,
down the
I
road
just
or
watch
whatever.
abridged and skip
And
the
I never,
original,
and
but
he never
you
got
know.
off the road. He was still on that damn road when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
So that's right at the beginning. That's all I've seen.
Yeah.
All right.
There were Saturday mornings of
Yeah, for
and my
20
dad's, what are you
minutes."
watching? I'm watching him charge, Dad, because he's gonna throw a bomb. Why doesn't he just throw it? He has to charge first. Commercial break.
All right. So that's the 4 trailer songs. Now we're going to move on to the intro song.
Screaming, interspersed
This will be the
with
day.
talking, interspersed with more screaming.
Thanks, Yamcha. It's always Yamcha's fault. Just blame him. Bring him back just to put him down again. Then kill him. Then bring him back.
Then make him date
Oh,
Boba,
yeah.
then have her dump him.
You know, I don't know how I feel about her having the gun though.
Prepare for your greatest moments. Prepare for your finest hour. The dream that you've always dreamed is suddenly about to flower. We are lightning, straight from the thunder. Miracles of ancient wonder. This will be the day we've waited for. This will be the day we open up the door. Evolution, hope you're ready for evolution. Welcome to a world of new solutions. Welcome to a world of bloody evolution. In time, your heart will open mine. A story will be told, and victory is in its simple soul. Your world needs a great defender. Your world's in the way of harm. You want a romantic life, a fairy tale that's full of charm. Beware that the light is fading. Beware as the dark returns. This world's unforgiving. Even bright lights will cease to burn. Legends scatter. Day and night will sever. Hope that beats the This will be the day we've waited for. This will be the day we've waited for. This will be the day we open up the door. Evolution, hope you're ready for evolution. Welcome to a world of new solutions. Welcome to a world of bloody evolution. In time, your heart will open mine. A story will be told, and victory is in its simple soul.
All right. The intro.
Yep.
Gotta love that intro.
That is one of the that thing has staying power. It's definitely stays up in there in the top tier list, at least for me. Somewhat straightforward and somewhat not. It's very much just kind of fits with what's happening to Ruby. She's suddenly being thrust into her dream. You know, she's all of a sudden, you know,
Right.
Osmond finds her and throws her in a beacon, and what she's wanted to do all this time, you know, go to beacon and become a huntress is happening to her finally. and-
Right. Right.
Right. And then you got like the last half of it, which is the part that you don't get in the show, right? Because you only get like the first 90 seconds in the show,
Yeah.
because the intro. It's a bit more cryptic. You got like kind of cryptic lines in there about
Yeah. I mean, there's some.
coming darkness and
I-
some sort of a revolution and a variety of different lines that are kind of
It strikes me as a like that teenager Cree. Yeah, the generation that came before us, their ways they don't work for us. We're gonna pave a new path. It's very much like a teens with guns anthem, not necessarily like teens with
bit.
guns, but it's like no, it's like we're the up and coming. We know what the world is like and what people expect.
I totally get that.
yeah. You've also got kind of a little bit of a warning type thing in there, where it's kind of like you want a life that's a fairy tale, but then it talks about that there's some sort of threat,
I
or
think
your
that's
world's
because,
in
like,
danger, or your world's in.
I think that's because she romanticizes being a huntress.
She very much does.
Yeah.
Just look at the very first time she meets Glenda.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah.
She fangirls
Oh
out
my
hard.
God, you're a huntress.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I think, any other lines or anything that stood out to you that is potentially?
No, none. I mean, I've heard this song so many times. That
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I
at
like-
this
I
point,
don't know
it's
exactly
old
which
news.
ones you've heard, so I don't know
okay,
how
so-
far to go into.
So far, the songs that we've heard, I have heard.
Okay.
The ones
All
on
right.
the show
This-
itself.
Okay.
This is just like
He hears it every time.
so. Okay, so when I
Well,
saw things
he
for
hasn't
like
heard all of this on screen though.
yeah, so when I saw like pictures similar to this, I had no context. I thought it was just somebody went on DeviantArt and typed in like
Chicks in battle
yeah,
skirts.
yeah, emo Red Riding Hood or something.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Also, this has been bugging me about this image this whole time. Her gun belt, I don't like it.
Right.
She carries boxes of ammunition.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She doesn't carry a bandolier.
It is a bandolier,
Yeah.
and it's aesthetic, not for use.
Or
It's just there to make her look
Or
pretty.
I always
Gives
thought
her
that
a
maybe-
+3 to aim.
or because it is a sniper rifle,
Yeah.
which means it can be used as a single shot. I always assume those are specialty bullets for special situations.
I've never seen
If she
her
needs-
wear something like that into battle, though.
Well, this is artwork.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. She
It's
has
not
that.
show accurate. Does she?
I do not recall seeing.
I don't remember
I
a
might be
bandolier.
wrong. I might be misremembering it.
Or I'm
I might
confusing it with
simply-
something else. But you would think I'd know this. I watched the
We
show.
should have a button or something
watched
for
the
every
show
time
to
you
death.
guys actually
Hold on.
say confused or there is confusion.
Well, we'll pay attention next time we're actually watching the show.
I will, yeah. Anyways, I'll
For now,
look for that later. No.
She also has a great follow through if she's playing golf. Just saying.
or baseball.
Like I'm hearing the Wii golf song. Do 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 do.
Yeah. Two
Totally
other
home run.
just two things I made note of. At the very end, they mention. I think the line is "Victory will be victory through a simple soul," something like that. Which is, if you remember, when Ozpin is having that conversation with the narrator at the very, very beginning. Remember, as Torchwick is walking into the shop or whatever, there's the narrator, Cortana is talking.
Yeah.
And then, or Ozpin comes in and responds to her.
Yeah.
And he says something about victory through a smaller, more honest soul. So that's that's the second time now we've heard this idea of a simple soul.
He's over here like we need to make super soldiers. We need to bring them in and give some guns.
Yeah, and then the other
I
one
mean,
is,
yes.
and we talked about this when we actually saw the scene, but now that we've actually gone over the song, the first part of the song, the very first verse, where it's about the warrior will soon run wild. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Where is it? They see you as small and helpless. They see you as just a child, surprised when they find out that a warrior will soon run wild. I like this because it's like a double or almost triple kind of linking thing, because it's about Ruby as a character, her story overall,
She is just
Right.
15.
and it's also in the show when the guys are going to go to mug her or rob her or whatever, and she's listening to music in her headphones. It's this, so it's the song is literally narrating the scene that you first hear those lines in. That the guys
Yeah.
that are coming up on her see her as small and helpless, and are trying to mug her, and they're about to get a face full of scythe. So I just like how they fold that into the narrative like that, the layering of with the songs and that.
I think that's the diegetic music that is
Yeah.
in both.
Yeah. But all right. Whoops.
Next.
Now we got there are, what do we got? We got 3 more still. And and if we want, we have the iBurn remix. I personally am not much of a fan of the remixes, but we will let you be
Is
the
there an
judge of
air
that.
horn in it? If there's an air horn in it, I'm not interested.
Skip the remix.
Wah, 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 wah. I don't need any DJ
All right.
screaming their
We'll,
name.
we'll see where we are when we're at. All right, now Red Like Roses Part 2. This is the one that plays during the big fight. This is still in my top 5.
I love this song.
Burger.
Yeah.
Secret sauce.
Not that you
You're
guys will
fired.
be able to hear any of this because this won't be in the.
Thanks.
I couldn't
Oh,
take it,
yes.
couldn't stand
Wait, pause
another
it.
minute.
I want to
Couldn't bear
publicly
another
thank
day
you
without you in it.
for playing
All
my
of the
song
joy
first.
that I had known for all my life
Thank you.
was stripped away from me the minute that you died. To have you in my life was all I ever wanted, but now without you, I'm my soul forever haunted. Can't help but feel that I had taken you for granted. No way in hell that I could never comprehend this. I wasn't dreaming when they told me you were gone. I was wide awake and feeling that they had to be wrong. How could you leave me when you swore that you would stay? Now I'm stuck inside a nightmare every single effing day. It's like a movie, but there's not a happy ending. Every scene's fades black and there's no pretending. This little fairy tale doesn't seem to end well. There's a knight in shining armor who will wave you from a spell. I know you didn't plan this. You tried to do us right, but in the middle of this madness, I'm the red like roses, ahead with dreams that bind me, always closer to infinite sadness that is going to take the place of you. I know you're broken down by anger and by sadness. You feel I left you in a world that's full of madness. Wish I could talk to you if only for a minute. Make you understand the reasons why I did it. I wanna tell you that you're all that ever mattered. Want you to know that for eternity I'm shattered. I tried so hard just to protect you, but I failed to. And in a prison of abandonment I jailed you. I never planned that I would leave you there alone. I was sure that I would see you when I made it back home. And all the times I swore that it would be okay. Now I'm nothing but a liar and you're thrown into the fray. This bedtime story ends with misery ever after. The pages are torn and there's no final chapter. I didn't have a choice, I did what I had to do. I made a sacrifice and forced a bigger sacrifice on you. I know you lived a nightmare. I caused you so much pain. But baby, please don't do what I did. I don't want you to waste your life in vain. Red like roses, ahead with dreams that bind me, always closer to infinite sadness that is going to take the place of you. You're not the only one who needed me. I thought you understood. You were the one I needed, and you left me as I always feared you would. I'd change it if I could. It doesn't matter how the battle's scattered now. Every nightmare just discloses it's your friend that spread like roses. And no matter what I do, nothing ever takes the place of Red like roses, ahead with dreams that bind me, always closer to infinite sadness that is going to take the place of you.
So because of that song, it completely reinforces my thought that either A, her mom faked her death, to try and do some kind of like, I have to try and sacrifice myself for the greater good, and did something that made it so that she can't come back because she's stuck where she is for a circumstance, or the lady who shoots fire with the red eyes and the dress
Yeah.
is like mom's evil stepsister, which makes her Ruby's step aunt or whatever,
Yeah, that would be step aunt. That
Right.
would be the relationship.
or half aunt, or
Step aunt.
yeah.
Yeah. No, there's. I mean, that's.
But then it's interesting because at one point, the song changes from being from two perspectives to they stop the protagonist voice starts singing about how they had to make that choice and they're so sorry that I'm so sorry you had to see me go like that. I know it was really unfair, but you don't understand. I'm still doing this for you. We're in this together. They start talking about themselves in like a presence, like in a present sense, like not just as like a body in a grave. You know,
Yeah.
if you're in
Kinda,
if you're in a
instead
box,
of
you don't talk
talking to
about
someone else. It seems like it becomes a conversation between the two. Is what you're saying?
Well, it is a I mean, it's very
Well,
much is a conversation.
it goes from
but-
being a conversation to almost being like an explanation.
I mean, there's part of that. It's because that's part of what it is. It's
But I guess
one person lamenting the loss of this other person, and it's this other person basically from the grave responding to that and lamenting that that thing happened.
But then their turn of
and
phrase
explaining why.
changes from the perspective of being in the grave to the perspective of, well, it's just part of the plan. Don't worry, you'll understand soon. We're in this together. Here.
Possibly.
That's not. If you want to try and find in there where you think you hear that, that's not something I.
Let's see.
Not sure what you're. I think that's the chorus. Yeah.
I apologize, guys. I'm clearly not in the technical department on this.
No.
And for the rest of us, it's a good review of the lyrics.
That's to me. That's a statement because it's.
You're not the only one
You're
who
not the only
needed
one
me.
who needed me. I thought you understood. So
Right.
it's clear she had some other purpose, and she thought that Ruby would understand.
I had to make this choice that was bigger than both of us.
Right. I thought you would understand that, and then she says, "But you're the one I needed, and you
And
left me as I always
would I change it
feared
if
you
I
would."
could?
To me, it seems like
And then she's like, "Well, would I
Ruby,
change
who's
this if I
clearly
could?"
in red, she's speaking as though the person she is speaking to is dead, whereas the person in white is talking almost kind of like in this. Look, I wish you could just understand. I can't tell you.
Very
I,
much.
I want you
Yeah.
to just understand.
Well,
but
So
then
when the
there are
second
phrases.
party is dead,
Right, but then there are phrases where it just doesn't come off like dead to me. It comes off more.
Well, it's very much. It does come off as like the person is speaking from beyond the grave, like she's there as a ghost, where Ruby can't hear her. She's still talking. She's responding, but Ruby can't hear it. She's talking into the void. She's talking into the. But you're saying you think it's an indication that maybe this person's not actually dead, that they're actually out there somewhere, but they just are, for some reason, they're not coming back.
Well, like one of those.
they're
like,
not gone. They're
if-
just
if
away.
If I
Yeah.
approach you, I blow my cover and everything is ruined. I'm so close to the bottom of all of this.
So you
Kind of a thing,
so
but
you're-
maybe not necessarily so like you don't understand. I had to grab that whatever
that
and take it
idea.
into myself. That way,
I
the bad
do.
guy couldn't get the power, and it's corrupted me, and I can't do anything about it.
I mean, there's little
there's
enough
one way to look at it.
information that I actually really dig that idea.
I mean, that's one way. That is one way to look at it.
I have watched a lot of just not RWBY. Like I've watched a lot of shows and other things in my downtime.
Oh, tropes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
I mean,
see, and I
when
hate
someone-
saying that because there's always a formula for the simple character, the hero development. But specifically, it's like, well, okay, let's see. Based on all of these characteristics, I think it's like playing Guess Who. Okay, she doesn't
Yeah.
have glasses.
Follow the trope.
Yeah.
You're playing follow the trope.
Yeah.
That-
Everything is tropes. It's how well do you hide it.
That is a thing in media when someone starts out a movie or show already declared dead. There's always a certain percentage
There's always
chance
the
that they're
where's
going to
the
turn
trope.
up to not be dead. That is a thing.
Vader
that gets done.
syndrome.
Okay.
No, Ruby. I am your mother.
Huh?
Is that actually the line though?
the
No.
line is
Vader
just-
does not say Luke's name. It's
No,
just no. I am your father.
am your father.
That's impossible.
But using the name is the commonly misquoted version of it, which is
yeah.
why I used it that way.
But
And I am way too much of a Star Wars nerd.
Ooh,
So what else we got?
yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on this one?
Nope, that's pretty much my entire.
I
theory.
did
It just
really like the
reinforces my
allusion
thought that
to
her mom isn't
blood
actually
being
dead.
petals on the flower because it makes me think of the scene where she decapitates the Nevermore,
yeah.
and instead of blood, you get the petal fountain.
I love the
Is her
imagery.
mom an evil stepsister?
Is her mom a evil stepsister?
Is her mom either one of the evil stepsisters or is RWBY? Oh my god. Okay, so hear me out. There is RWBY and her sister and their mom. So if her mom met a guy who had a daughter, you're
Ruby and Yang do have different last names.
just saying, like, okay, what if it's her sister, not her mom?
Is the evil
Possibility.
stepsister?
Well, yeah, like the person she's singing to that's dead is like,
Oh, the person in the
another
grave is not
sister.
her mom, that it's a sister.
or okay, look, there's just a lot of. I'm gonna stick
You've
with my
only
original
seen
one.
one season thus far.
Right.
Yeah.
I am. There's a lot of
Because
speculation.
we'll say that we've done a lot of speculation. All we know thus far is that there is a person in. There's a marker
Supposedly.
there for someone who is named Summer Rose. That's all we know.
What's the symbol that's on that headstone?
The symbol is here.
Yeah.
I don't know about the artwork.
I don't see a symbol in the artwork, but on the actual
Originally,
headstone,
it's a rose, isn't
just,
it?
yeah, it's just a rose, the same as rubies.
Well,
It looks like a hammer.
these videos are made with
That's
fan
just a
art.
random speck of coloring
Oh.
on the rock, as far as I could tell. That's not anything.
These videos are also made with random fan art, not official
Yeah, so-
stuff. So
Yeah.
don't take any of the images here seriously.
So, sometimes the images will actually be relevant to the songs. Other times they'll have absolutely no relevance to the song whatsoever.
We're
Either
here for
because-
the music and the lyrics.
yeah. So don't read too much into the fan art.
Heard.
But other than just enjoy fan art.
Oh, right. Always.
Absolutely.
Fan
enjoy
art is always good.
Always
fan
enjoy
art.
fan art.
Send as much as you can to our Twitter. Dirtier the better.
And he's gonna get furry porn in his inbox.
Well, Nick is
Your
the one who
poor,
Nick is the
poor
one who
DM.
monitors the Twitter. So Nick is the one who's going to just start getting all this not safe for work.
Exactly.
Ruby
Presents for
stuff.
him.
Hashtag no Nick, it's anthro.
All right, now
Help us annoy our coworker.
speaking of fan art, I will say I do like the fan art that comes with this next one here.
And speaking
this
of
is
Twitter,
gold.
hit us up at @InfoConfused.
Indeed. I'm sure Nick is just dying to see all that not safe for work.
The
fan
more
art.
drool and spit, the better.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man, he's gonna hate us so hard.
I hope so.
All right, gold.
Dream of anything, I'll make it all come true. Everything you need is all I have for you. I'll forever
there's a way to turn these off, isn't there?
I have no idea.
Settings.
I
But,
don't play with YouTube enough.
yeah, I gotta figure that out the next time so we don't get those popping up, especially since those could be spoilers. Here, not so
Less
much,
so,
but
yeah.
yeah, no, I gotta deal with that for next time. But yeah,
A
Gold.
lot of these songs would make great DDR tracks.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that one definitely would have been great with the higher pitch and the bells instead of
Excellent.
the piano. And
Keep going. Oh, what's that?
This one's pretty. This is one of those that's really straightforward. This could just be a song on some random album.
Yeah.
It's generic enough that it could be.
It kind of reminds me of a lot of the classic tracks from like Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Where they're very much, you could just, if I were to walk into a casino, I would expect to hear that.
It's very J-poppy.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
bad at all.
There's several
I
of
like
them
it.
like this. But yeah, although there is a context to this one. If you think back to where this one actually plays, at the end of the episode this one plays at, and what's
This
actually
is
going
what,
on
at
in the
the
song.
end of episode 3, that's
That is
right
the one.
before they get launched off the platforms?
Yep, that's the one that ends with the whole where they're all in their sleeping bags or whatever, and they try to talk to
the
Blake.
slumber party.
The slumber party one,
Yeah.
right? And they're trying to talk to Blake and all that, and it plays out.
I'm missing the Heart of Gold part. I just kept thinking Midas touch.
Yeah, no, and it's just it's a story about someone who is looking out for and protecting someone. And any thoughts as to who that might allude to?
None. No idea.
Right.
Not being sarcastic. I swear I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean,
looking out for someone that generally gives an older sister vibe.
or a familiar. Or there's a familial tone to it, so that kind of.
But at the same time, that's just Ruby's whole mentality.
Yeah, but if you
Yangs.
if you remember the episode with his plays, Ruby tells a story about how Yang used to read to her at night.
Yeah.
Always used to read to her at night,
Mm-hmm.
and Yang's always talking about how proud of her big sister, her little sister she is.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
So
Yang's
there's-
the one that forced the conversation with Blake on Ruby to introduce her to
Yeah,
someone
she looks
and
out
try
for
to
her
help
sister.
get her out there.
And that's basically what this song is. It's kind of a Yang Ruby song of, the idea that Yang is always there
looking
for
out
her
for
sister.
Ruby.
She's always looking out for her
I
sister.
can do it too.
Yeah, that one's it's just. Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Now the
That's
last one.
definitely Weiss.
Now for the
Yes,
last
yes.
one. This is the last proper song on the soundtrack,
Proper song.
or unique one,
After
I guess.
that, we're getting into the raunchy stuff.
No, the only ones we got left are the iBurn trailer version, which we don't
I
necessarily need
think
to do.
we're going to skip the
remix.
remixes
Excuse me.
for the sake of time for
Sorry,
this
that was
episode.
almost the thing. But yeah, you can listen to the remix on your own time, and you can if you have any strong thoughts on it, we can talk about it in the next episode. But yeah,
Next
Wings.
exciting episode of Informed and
The
Confused.
the end credit song, Wings,
Oh,
which I absolutely know you've heard because you made me play this for you once.
none of these are sponsored.
There it is.
I've never heard this song before.
Oh, you've heard
Kidding,
this.
kidding.
I was
Although
gonna
look
say-
at your face.
I
Who's
stood
getting
there and watched you
reactions
listen
now?
to it.
The tables have turned.
One life
But we'll see if
is
now that
not
you've seen the show, if you have any added
a
context for it.
time. When you're waiting
Faking this the whole time.
for a small sign,
I don't know the words. I'm faking this.
Oh, you're faking. Okay, what are you faking?
patience is hard to find. Shadows seem to fill your life. spend another minute in this way. It's okay. Dry your eyes now, baby. Broken wings won't hold you down. You'll take flight soon, baby. You'll be lifted up, and you'll be there. Twelve hours is a long night when you're searching with no hope inside. Aimless on the inside, and the damage makes you want to hide. I know that it seems pointless. I know that it feels fake. I know you can't stand the thought of being straight. One more day. Dry your eyes now, baby. Broken wings won't hold you down. You'll take flight soon, baby. You'll be lifted up, and you'll be there.
All right, you guys have to definitely judge my lip syncing ability. be brutal.
Yeah.
I know the song. That was the first time I've actually looked at the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
what do you
just-
think? What do you think of that one?
It seems
musically?
like a lot of very directed life coaching, like major life event conversations that can't be had.
It does
Yeah,
seem to
it's
be very
very-
much
What are
directed
they,
at
like
Blake.
what are they called? Milestone tapes. You guys know what a milestone
Yeah.
tape is? Okay, so a milestone tape is like if a parent knows that they're not going to be around in their child's
Oh
life.
yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking
Like,
about. Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
happy 18th
You
birthday.
pre-record a video for
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it kind of it has that vibe, but almost instead of it being a tape, it's a ballad.
It's very much a giving someone advice about a very serious.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Someone is
It's gonna
suffering
hurt.
and they're helping.
If you don't stop, you'll be done. You'll get there.
Yeah. I will say, like musically, this one is probably of the although I think I enjoy it. I think it's well done. It's my least favorite of the first album, simply because of it's a full 5 minutes and it at that slow pace.
It's a slow
It
dance
drags
song.
a little for me.
Okay.
But
I really
other
dig
than
it
that, I
because
do like
the
it.
piano work underneath,
Yeah.
but I very much
It's a
listen
pretty
more
song.
to the music
I-
than anything else. It is a
If
beautifully
this
written
song was
song.
cut down to about 3.5 minutes, it would move up
It's
a
a
little.
slow dance song.
I definitely
Yeah.
understand why 3 minutes would be a good cutoff. I think that extra 2 minutes really brings home the. It's not even just pumping the brakes. You're not. You get anxious. You want to go faster, but calm down. It's not that. You relax. Just be still.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a very well put together song. It works. It's well done.
I don't think it would
It's just-
capture the. You're supposed to be being calmed down by this, so, and
Yeah.
I think with
Well, I
it,
see it more of a lament than
like the dry your
lullaby.
eyes now.
Yeah, it's
it's like
someone
to a
that-
degree.
Life gets hard. You're going to come across moments where it's going to be very hard, and it's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like in that essence, it's like it's less. Oh, I lost my whole train of thought on that one.
No,
Okay,
but I got your
Sorry.
point. Yeah, no, with me, it's more a matter of just my own personal style of
No,
music
yeah.
I like to listen to, as
Right.
opposed to any like serious criticism on the actual work itself.
Oh, okay.
It's just a matter of I'm generally not a flan. I'm generally not a fan of slower songs like that, and that's just a me personally thing.
Yeah, it's all good.
So yeah, like I said, it's a well done song. The lyrics work. The music is very pretty.
Agreed.
You know,
That being
it's certainly
said,
not.
I can't praise Casey Williams enough for her voice because
Oh, yeah.
this was all the way back in season 1. She got started
like-
really early as a
Yep.
singer. She was
When
what,
you
like-
hear either I forget the exactly, it's either 12 or 13 when she first recorded Red Like Roses Part 1, the thing with only 4 lines in it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's great.
She
She's got
was-
an amazing scale.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
She started
Okay, I
real
know
early.
music
She's
things.
been in this for the long
Yeah,
haul,
so
and
she would've
her
been 13
voice
when she
is
recorded this.
phenomenal.
So
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
endorsing. I'm just hungry.
yeah, but they'll made reference to it, but you pick up on who this is about. There's definitely hints here as to who exactly they're talking about.
Exactly, hints.
I
mean,
honestly
it's-
thought it was between Ruby and her sister.
And what would the context be?
Her big sister taking over those parental lines while at the same time not actually being a parent. Well, I mean, hold on. Let me rephrase that because that's incorrectly worded. She is her maternal figure, but at the same time, she is still her sister. And
Okay.
it seems I don't know how to properly
I get
like,
what you're
articulate
saying.
the vibe.
There-
that I
She's
get.
looking
I
out
guess
for
there's
her.
a bit of that.
You can
Yeah.
read it that way, especially with Gold. If you read with the way Gold goes.
She's the only one that I can think of as far as gold.
Now I will say there's certain lines in here that
Are very
we
telling.
have where we talk about being in shadows. They mentioned 12 hours, a night being 12 hours and looking and searching, and being stray.
Is this really about
The
Blake?
stray gone for 12
Like-
hours that they were searching for.
Searching for.
Do you remember
and
when they
shadows
finally run into her? Weiss says, "We were looking for you
for 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Shadows is her song is from Shadows.
Right.
And you will notice that with the songs, I mean, like Mirror Mirror or other pieces of dialogue in these songs, Red Like Roses, and then Shadows, Gold,
man,
will
okay.
all come back in other songs down the line when they reference other characters. Those notes, those beats will be there later on.
Blake is the beast, right?
The songs themselves tell
Bla-
a story
Blake
as they
is-
progress.
Is Beauty,
Oh.
or Beauty and the Beast. We now know she is also the Beast.
Okay. Well, I had to
Because
ask
she's a
just because
faunus, so-
the other song, he had the bull horns and the mask.
There is also an element to that
Of him
where
being the
he
beast.
is her beast.
He's also
Oh,
can be
they're
perceived-
each other's Beauty and the Beast. Oh.
There's also another character he can be perceived as, which we haven't
Gaston.
gotten to.
That bastard.
Yeah.
That's French asshole.
Yeah, and we'll get
You'll
into
learn
that.
more
we'll get into
about
that when
him
we,
as we get through.
yeah, when we get
further
more into the
seasons.
dynamic with what their relationship was and backstory and stuff like that, the illusions will start to flesh out a little.
The more you learn about the characters, the more
Yeah.
layers there will be.
There are several characters, and Blake and Adam are one of them, where there are overlapping illusions. Where, yeah.
Got you.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's very much or at least it's intended to give you the image of it's Blake being consoled after being outed as a faunus, and she runs, and then they welcome her back. So it's kind of like, as to who is actually like singing to her, if you want to put a narrator to that, there's several theories as to which other character. We won't go into that.
I always kind of saw that it was broken
Thor.
up between
Thor's
the
doing it.
other 3 members of the group, that it was the 4 of
That's
them
one way of looking at it.
talking to her, trying to give her support, and yeah, there's Weiss berating her for the 12 goddamn hours, but
I have a theory that's wilder than anybody else's theory out there.
lay it on me.
Yeah.
It's all of Yang's friends singing to Yang's team.
I'll do you one better. It's all the dust singing to Weiss.
That goes back to my drug theory. I can't talk about that now.
No. All right. Well, that was the last of them. Like I said, there's an acoustic. There's a not acoustic, a remixed version of "I Burn," but you can listen to that on your own time. All right. Of the lot, you have a favorite?
Not yet. I haven't heard it all yet.
No, I mean of the ones we've listened to.
I won't give anybody a number one. I have not heard them all. That is not how I fly, guy.
All right. So you're not going to pick a favorite until you've heard all of them.
Mm-hmm. You don't pick a winner of any tournament until they've all had a chance to bleed.
Even
That
though you
is
picked
fair.
your favorite characters, favorite weapon, and all that last time.
I did. I'm almost 100% sure I said as of now. As
Right.
A clause.
Well, that's what
as of
we're
now, that's
asking.
what we're
eh?
asking.
As of
but
now.
I've heard more songs than what I've already seen today. So I can't pick one because I haven't heard them all.
Well, what
I've-
is your favorite Volume 1 soundtrack song? You have heard all of the Volume 1 soundtrack songs. You can therefore define which of those is your favorite one off of that soundtrack.
I'm gonna have to say it's a tie between Blake's song and I'm a huge Beauty and the Beast fan, so it's really biased.
So, From Shadows.
So From Shadows and the Red Like Roses Part 1.
The one with only the 4 lines.
Yeah, the intro.
The
Like,
intro.
and
The
that's-
very first
yeah,
one.
The
because
trailer song. Okay.
that's one of the first songs I came across, and
Okay.
it's hard-
Personally,
it's-
my
that's cool.
favorite from this season has got to be Yang's song.
I Burn is good.
I Burn
Yeah.
is awesome.
I go back and forth depending on what day you ask me. it usually fluctuates between the intro, I Burn, and Red Like Roses Part 2. There are some days I feel like Red Like Roses Part 2 is the best song on the whole damn show. But I also feel that way about other songs, again, on a given day.
Understandable.
So, there's just a lot of good songs in this thing. It's hard to pick one, man. It's hard to just pick just one. All right. And that, I think, is it for Volume 1 soundtrack.
All right.
I believe we went about twice as long as we were aiming for on our recording time. So, yay us. I choose to look at that as we had a ton to say.
Lot to say, lot to listen
Lots
to.
of content.
Lots of content. It's always better to have too much content. It's when we're just sitting here and it's crickets. That's when there's a problem.
Man, content
nothing
is
to
like
say.
mayonnaise on a pizza.
Yuck.
No, just confusing.
Just confusing.
I don't know why you would put mayonnaise on a pizza.
I'm sure someone does. The crazy crap people put on
And I'm
pizzas.
pretty sure Yuck would figure in there pretty heavily.
But yeah, all right. Unless you have any final thoughts, either of you.
Tip your waitresses.
Good advice. Totally irrelevant, but good advice. All right. In that case, like Bill said, we are on Twitter at InfoConfused. If you like what we're doing here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit helps. And I will say I would like to thank all of you who have done those things thus far.
We have, in fact, been reading your comments. We are really hoping to start,
actually
responding
responding
to
and
you soon.
getting into the comments, especially once we get to the point where Bobby is gone, and most of what you'll be seeing in the immediate future will be pre-recorded episodes. I will be making a really, really strong effort to keep up with the comments and actually try to interact with you guys so that there's at least some sort of ability to have a back and forth, since we won't be able to, comment in the actual video since it'll be pre-recorded. But yeah, no, we are, I think last time I checked, we were at 46 subscribers.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah, that's
and I think when we
healthy
started
following
doing
right
this
there.
project, we were at 7.
And that included their parents.
So this is all thanks to you guys, folks.
You guys have responded wonderfully. We all really appreciate it. It's great to see that people are actually willing to tolerate us and our many
and your
idiosyncrasies.
interest will keep us going, even through the dark hours to come.
Yes, like I said, and there keep coming. There will be more content, more RWBY content, more other stuff, other reactions. We're going to be doing some video game stuff eventually here.
I'm pretty sure
and
with enough subscribers, we could probably make a reaction series of just having Nick storm into the studio going, "They sent me more furry porn!" Like,
I hope we get enough.
every 100 subscribers,
that.
we just record him flying off the handle.
yeah, we just strap Nick
I
down to
can
a
only
chair and
hope.
force feed him furry.
You're getting all this fan mail. I don't know why it's sticky.
Yeah, no, but also we do have our podcast, which in addition to being on YouTube is on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Spotify. So you can go ahead and check that out there. We do those once a week.
Every couple weeks.
Oh yes, every couple of weeks. Yeah, is where we're at right now in our recording schedule. But yeah, a whole variety of different stuff comes out of that. Most of it accompanied by equally craziness, as you see here, if not more so. So yeah, we have been Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
See you later.